Hi, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and today I wanted to bring you another update on the Sherwood real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 6 weeks of weekly kind of market activity, ending this past Sunday, January 23rd. So I'm going to flip my screen here around so we can kind of look at some numbers together. So the first thing we'll look at is the active listings. You'll see, during the holiday period, obviously not a lot was going on in terms of new listings. That's the blue bars. Here over the past couple weeks, we've had a flurry of new listings come on, both resale homes as well as new construction that's started to get listed. A big part of this 17 this last week was a new subdivision in Sherwood. The Middlebrook subdivision off of Brookman Road being built out by Holt Homes. I think about half of these new listings were pre-sales in that community. So we ended the week at 8 properties on the market because a lot of these went pending right off the bat. So median list price and days on market for the actives. You'll see we've had quite a bit of movement. We were at 650 about 6 weeks ago, and then it went clear up to about 1.4 million. Was the median list price. That was, what didn't have a lot on the market, and, some higher priced homes. It's certainly kind of come back down the past couple weeks. Last week, 2 weeks ago was 671. Last week it came in at 683 was the median list price of the homes on the market. And then similarly, the days on market, same kind of phenomenon, went way up while we were not a lot new was coming on the market. Some of the more expensive listings have been on the market for a while, really increased the days on market. That's come way back down to just this last week, 4 days of average market time as all these new listings have been coming on the market here over the past week or so. So moving on to the pending listings. Again, during the holiday stretch, not a lot of activity. This last week, we actually had a little bit of a flurry of new pendings, 21. 15 of those were that new subdivision I was just referring to a minute ago. So that kind of skewed the numbers a little bit this week. But it ended the week at 45 homes in pending status as a result of that. Median price and days on market for the pendings, it had been kind of declining from about a month and a half to a few weeks back, and then this last couple of weeks it's popped back up to 675 a couple weeks ago, 684 this last week. A lot of that again was driven by the new construction homes that are in the 6s and 7s, and then days on market, it's been between. It had been building up from 5. We were at 9 for about a month. This last week dropped clear down to 2 as a lot of these new pre-sales have been getting into contract. And then the sold listings, you'll see that this last week we had 4 properties that closed as of the time I put this together. And then looking back over the past 4 weeks here, we had 19 properties close. That's been pretty steady if you look back over the past months, 18, 18, 20, and 19. The median sold price, days on market for the solds, that had been close to about 600,000 about 6 weeks ago, went up to a little over 650,000 a couple weeks back. And then this last 2 weeks, it's dropped down considerably. We were at this last week, 549,000 was the median sold price of the 19 homes over the last 4 weeks. And then been very consistent on the days on market for the properties that have been selling, just right about 5 days on average of average market time. So things selling very quickly, as you know. And then lastly, we'll look at weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So the red bars represents weeks of inventory. You see about, 6 weeks ago, we were close to about 2 weeks of inventory. That went clear down to a little bit under a week of inventory right after the first of the year. And then it's popped back up a bit. Here 2 weeks ago was a little over 2 weeks. This last week came in a little under 2 weeks. So, still very short on inventory, very much continuing to be a seller's market. And then lastly, looking at the sale prices as a percent of the original list, you'll see we went from a little bit over almost 101% of the listing price. So things were going for over asking on average to this last week came in at 98.5, so about 1.5% under the asking price on average for the solds. So I hope that was helpful to you. To get a better look at the updates, you can click the link or button below the video. It'll take you to my website where you can take a closer look. Below that, be sure to check out my buyer and seller guides, which are great resources for you to download. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, I encourage you to check those out. So if this information has been valuable to you, I'd appreciate any likes, comments, or shares you might give me. That's always appreciated. And lastly, if you don't have a real estate professional that you know and trust, I certainly would welcome the opportunity to see if my 16 years of experience and local market knowledge could be a great fit for you and what you're looking to do real estate wise. So hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and make it a great day.